Hello everyone, my name is Alexey Sobolev and this is 5th of 7 lessons for beginners. Today I'll teach you how to get uphill by different types of lifts.
There are several types of lifts such as baby lifts, T-bars, plate lifts, as well as chair lifts and gondolas. Let's start with the simplest lifts, the gondola lift. There, you just need to take the snowboard off, put it in your hands, walk into it. On all other lifts, we will need to unfasten one leg and ride with one foot fastened. Let's start with safety precautions. Why do you only need to fasten one leg? If you fall, the T-bar can wrap between your legs and you can be carried away to the side, wrapped up all around the support. If you do fall, then immediately pull the T-bar out from under you and crawl to the side because people will be following and may run over you. Also, on drag lifts, I advise you to always look around because sometimes the drag is released and there is a chance that it can hit you in the head. They can give you a good bump on your head. If you are a beginner, then the first time you should climb the mountain with a more experienced rider. They can guide you from the side with their hand. Our stance is universal for both baby lifts and drag lifts. The knees are slightly bent, the shoulders and hips are turned in the direction of travel, and the head looks in the direction of travel as well. We don't lean forward and don't move back on the pelvis. The first exercise we need to remember is how to skate. We fasten the leading leg and push with the free leg from the side of the back edge. This exercise will help us to start on the lift, as well as get off of it. The next exercise, with your free leg, place it next to the unfastened mount on the inside. This will also help us to start correctly on the lift. To ride comfortably on a lift, you need to rest a little on your front leg. You don't have to completely transfer your weight to the front leg, or you may fall over. Also, we don't relax the back leg. We have it as an additional point of support. Let's analyze the technique of going up the baby elevator. This lift can be approached face forward or with your back, depending on the location of the lift and your leading foot. If you're face to face, your free foot is behind the back edge. It is necessary to catch the cable a little earlier than where the T-bar is located. While grabbing onto the cable, you must simultaneously push off with your free foot and place it on the snowboard. At the same time, your knees are slightly bent. You rest on the front leg and slowly slide towards the T-bar. The moment you slide off, feel the T-bar with your back hand and fix it next to your thigh because the T-bar usually just dangles and needs to be fixed with your hand. If you come back to the T-bar, I also recommend keeping your free foot behind the back edge. Come up to the T-bar, your front hand grabs the cable, your head looks in the direction that the T-bar is coming from. With our back hand, we take the cable as well. Grab a little earlier, and the T-bar arrives. And at the same time, push with our free foot and put it back on the snowboard. We slide down to the T-bar, feel it with our back hand, and fix it next to the pelvis. Then we steer with the bent knees. Do not compress much and ride relaxed. The lift will naturally take us to the top of the mountain. What are the main mistakes? The first mistake is when you do not cling to the cable in advance, but immediately come up and put the T-bar next to you. In this case, you have no cushioning. The T-bar will immediately hit you in the ribs and you can fall. Our second mistake, when you do not rest on the front leg, but simply transfer the weight to the front leg, the T-bar may turn you forward. Our third mistake, leaning towards the front edge or back. For this, we practice the exercises on the spot. If we fall towards the front edge, we substitute our foot and push off. Towards the back, we also substitute the leg and push off. To get access to all the video lessons of our school and increase your skill at any time, follow the link in the description of this video. Now I'll tell you about the equipment for drag lifts. It is suitable for point lifts or T-bars. What is the principle of the operation of these lifts? Remember how you were sledged over as a child? Your parents give you a hand, you rest on this hand, and then you just start. A very similar technique when riding a wakeboard. And on the lift, the T-bar will be between your legs respectively. The point for which the lift will pull you is in the hip area. You can simulate lifting on a T-bar. Buckle one leg and ask someone to pull you on the leg or jacket at the thigh. This is exactly the feeling you will get when you ride the drag lift. The main rule to remember is that the drag lifts are not chairs. You do not need to sit on them. They are not an additional resting area to relax. You walk through the turnstile with one leg fastened on. Stand up, put your free leg next to the rear fastener. There are usually ropes to help you get onto the lift. We rest a little on the front leg. They will put a T-bar between your legs. The main thing is not to strain and not to bend towards the front or back edge. We rise relaxed. Already at the exit from the lift, we substitute the free leg on the right side. For example, if I'm riding to the right and want to go off to the right, then I put my free leg behind the heel edge. If I'm riding with my right foot, I need to go to the left. Then I can put my free foot on the toe edge. The same rule applies if you ride with your left foot. Here are the most common mistakes when using a drag lift. The first mistake is you might lean towards the front or back edge. To do this, we did exercises on the spot. Substitute the free leg, push off with it, and return it to the snowboard so that the body is aligned. The second mistake is when you start or are already riding. You put a lot of weight on your front leg. On a small bump, the weight can go to the nose of the snowboard, and you will fly forward. The third mistake is that you'll try to sit on the lift like a chair. The center of gravity shifts to the tail, and you fall. Climbing on a lift, we lean on our front two legs. On a baby lift, our trajectory is straight. We cannot make turns. If we are riding a T-bar, we can ride off to the side about a meter if we need to go around a bump or someone who has fallen. If there are bumps in front of you, you can simply drive straight ahead or go around them from the side. If you decide to go around bumps, then carefully transfer your weight to your front leg so that you don't roll over forward. That's all, and I hope this information was useful to you. See the next lesson on how to make S-turns correctly, and also links to all 6 lessons for beginners are in the description for this video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming lessons.